First things first, a great big thank you for what has appeared in the last week. Now on with the show. We're on. Here we go. Look.
Yeah.
Last bag. Ready? Oh yes.
We're ready. Jess has been in a mood though, because she sussed that we're going. Look.
No.
Then she sat down, she don't want to talk to us. Like, hello.
No.
Alright, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. It's all
So
good.
yeah, caravan's moved around the side of the house and it's ready to go. Let's do it, shall we?
Okay, we're off. Well, we're on our way. Summer holiday 2022. Taking in France and Italy.
Yeah.
But first of all, we're taking in Kent, obviously.
Yes, we are indeed. Yes, yeah, because we live in Swindon, so I don't fancy the 4-hour drive and then all the lengthy queues that we've been hearing on the news. So we booked Bearstead Caravan and Camping Club site. No, it's not CMC. It's a CMC site again. I keep saying the wrong ones. So we're going to that one for a night. Then we get up at something like 3 o'clock in the morning for our 6 a.m. train.
Yeah. And we'll just have to see what it's like. You know, nothing we can do. That's our mode of transport to get across to France. So
Yeah.
whatever the queues are like, we have to suck it up, frankly.
No, absolutely. But the nice thing about the ferry versus... All right, let me tell you about the costs first of all. The ferry costs typically around about 200 quid, right? Whereas the train is going to be double that. We're paying for
Yeah.
like 400 something
Yeah.
quid. But the advantage is time. I mean, if we're going to Italy, so I want to get down to France as far as I can, early in the morning and not have to deal with all the traffic. Hence why we're going by train at this time of the morning. Or we could go on the ferry and spend 2.5 hours getting across and then have to deal with all the traffic on top of that. So as I'm getting older, you know, the attention span and being able to drive humongous distances are dissipating. I'm not saying that it's completely disappeared.
It's not that you can do it, it's that you don't want to.
No, we're on holiday. I don't need to be worrying about it now. So
Yeah. So we'll see. And you'll be on the journey with us. See you later.
bye.
A small gripe first. Why is it that the people that look after our motorways have decided to do away with a hard shoulder and replace them with these like small little parking emergency zones? I mean, first of all, you got to make sure you break down in the right place, and then you can't build up the speed again to rejoin the motorway later on, because look at how much room you have. Nothing. Personally, I think it's dangerous. Now anyway, moan over. We're about halfway. I don't really need to stop, but I'm just going to get off, have a look at this Pt1 Services in daylight. If you recall, and if you're frequent watchers of this channel, we did a night drive to Dover, which included us stopping in here early hours of the morning, I have to say. But yeah, it was useful at that time. So I wonder how things have changed now. Now, as we nearly always do, we follow the HGV signs and we enter into this HGV park, and I see that they have done a modicum of re-tarmacking, which is good, but Fiona spies a sign that says no caravans. There is a dedicated caravan area. And so we exit and then follow the sign for the caravan section. Gotta be joking, right? I mean, what's dedicated about this?
Right, we're at Pt1 Services on our way to our overnight stop at Bearstead.
Yes.
We have stayed here before on the way to the ferry. We went to the lorry park, which was full of lorries.
Oh yes, check out our night drive to Dover.
Yeah,
This
our
is the
night
one.
drive to Dover film, you'll see it. Full of lorries. So we came out of there and there was a sign saying cars and caravans. So we followed that, and here we are in the car park.
There's no caravan signs,
No
though.
caravans, and these spaces are not big enough. See, I'm still talking.
Look. These spaces. Go on then.
So as you can see, these spaces are not in any way, shape or form for caravans, at least not caravan of any size. Even
Yes.
a big single axle or a double axle, no chance. So we're going to pack up and go.
So we hit the road. We're on the way to the Bearstead caravan site, as you know, but we're too early, so it's, we're going to have to stop at Pt1 Services, which happens to be right next door. But let's hope the facilities there are so much better. Now, we have never been to this one before. We typically, because we're only going to Bearstead, which is like 5 minutes away. But anyway, this one has a dedicated sign that says cars and caravans straight on. So we follow that. And OMG springs to mind. What have they done? These spaces on the right hand side are the ones for the caravans. I think this time I'll take up a little bit of room by spreading myself over several spaces.
Well, here we are at Pt1 Services, and there's a sign just over there saying caravans only. And when you get around there, obviously it's for the vans and things anyway, but there is no space at all. So I'm just going to show you around here. That's a small single axle caravan, he's stuck out. Look, and I'm blocking round here because I can't even fit into any of these little holes.
God forbid you meet anybody coming round the car park the wrong way.
Well, luckily we're not that far away from our site anyway.
So I was just speaking to this couple across the way there. They've been, I did mention the fact that they're overhanging the same as us, but the car park spaces are pretty shit for caravans. And he's going, oh, we're actually in the Bearstead caravan site next to us, the one we're in as well, but they've been turned away, so we haven't actually been to site yet, so they're quite adamant it's 1 o'clock. And apparently there's another caravan over there somewhere that's also due in the same place. They'll be on the road then if we all turn up at the same time. It's clever planning, isn't it? Still, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a job's worth, isn't it? You're a bit of a job's worth if you do that to
If
people.
you've got spaces.
And also, there's no proper spaces here for caravans. I mean, there's slightly bigger spaces there for a small motorhome and a small lorry. And those are the only spaces, but for a big unit, they're far too long to be stuck right out. It's rubbish.
And so with that fantastic information that priority seems to be given to lorries, we are now moving off to our overnight stay. It's gone 1 o'clock, so we should be good to go. And we can see that we just need to come back to this roundabout, follow the M20 signs for the Channel Tunnel. So, Brucey. But wait, the junction is shut, which means we're going to have to go back up a junction to come back down underneath this exit. So we're going to have to factor in another, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to our journey. But as you will see, the Bearstead CMC site is minutes away. I did phone them up to check, by the way. It might say latest arrival time is 8 PM. That does not mean you cannot leave early, as we had to. Now, Bearstead is not that big a site, and as you can see, there's quite a few empty pitches there. And so I'll probably do one of the easiest reverses I'm probably going to have all holiday. A clear thumbs up to boot. We'll just unhook, and you may notice as well when the boot goes up, a mains controlled freezer that we use for when you go to hot climates. Absolute must. So what do you think? It's a bit warm then already?
Yes.
And we're still in Bearstead. We haven't even...
hot.
Really?
Yeah,
Where's David there?
He's out there.
Is he? Are you under there? Oh, careful. How's it going?
It's alright.
Oh, you're watching, you've got your earphones. So I'm Billy No Mates going around the site here because nobody else wants to come with me.
But anyway, it's not that big a site by the looks of it. Let's just wander around. Oh no, it's a plate park in the corner.
See, I notice here there's some quick getaway pitches.
So I wonder if there was a bit on their website then where you can book these little getaway pitches.
No, there isn't. I wonder how you book them then.
I was here for more than one day. Yes, storage compound in there. And that says down there. So you just come along there, up here, and then go down that road and back out. So what I want to do is come out of there and swing that way. Up here, no doubt drop your barrier key in that hole. There's the main road and then that way, M20 ferry.
And indeed it turned out to be about 50 minutes, even with the having to go back up one junction and back down again to get the terminal. Now there is a Brucey that I hadn't considered. Now that I've got a hybrid car, at low speeds it actually goes in electric mode, so it was very, very quiet leaving the pitch, which I have to say is a bit of a revelation because I've been woken up several times. And last but no means least, David and Fiona close the gate as per the instructions, and then we make our way to the train terminal. Now there's no point me reinventing the wheel. Andrew Ditton has done a superb video on how to go through the check-in process and all everything leaving the UK on the train, and I will pop a thumbnail at the end of this video for you. However, we have a little bit of a story because we didn't quite follow that. It was very early in the morning, as you can see, and as you'll notice there are cars driving in the background to the service station, which is where you're supposed to go. However, we didn't do that. We actually went through the lanes going straight on, which means the next thing you will do is go through passport control, have your gas checked, and then leap on the train. And now, after a bit of queuing, the people who did go to the waiting area or service station, or a combination of both, will appear on the right hand side of the screen, and we'll be joining them. As I say, this is just before passport control. You will also note that caravans get pointed down the same lane that I'm in anyway. Now I get, as expected, hoiked over to the left hand side, where I met with a nice gentleman who's going to check my gas bottle, and as one of my other subscribers has already mentioned or commented, there is no need to disconnect the hose. You just need to make sure it's turned off, and the valve obviously that goes into the caravan. And as you can see, there's another one just behind me who's expecting the same sort of thing. And so the next stage is to just simply rejoin the queue. He said simply, it took a while, and then off to the trains. Oops, I forgot. French passport control. That's a must. Gotta have a stamp in your passport after all. No, straight down the... This is the exciting bit, actually getting on the train.
Turn off headlights, it says.
I can't, it's a Volvo.
I can't see.
It's better wait here.
Hello.
Morning.
Morning.
Could you keep just a small distance from yourself and the vehicle in front of you?
Indeed.
And then just a little bit, and then my colleague will pull you forward if you can fit.
Oh, the doors.
You're
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
big, so it might be your own wagon.
Thank you very much. That was just a reminder that inside the carriages, they seal it off both ends with the door, and obviously you have space in there, which is obviously a certain size, so they just need me to hold back a little bit. There we go, we're on.
It's the weirdest thing, isn't it?
We got an hour earlier train. We just happened to go the wrong way.
Right.
Never mind.
Never mind. Anything about it.
So don't worry about it, peeps. If you do get a chance, take this option. And after driving through the train for a bit, I finally get to the end and the guy waves me forward into the carriage he's in. We're not actually moving yet, and just to give you an idea, that's the train on the other side. Obviously ready. And the nice thing about this is David's already out and using the conveniences that are inside.
Once you're in the train, there's not a lot to do. You can use the loo, you can wander around a bit, and it is quite hot, be aware of that. Mostly you just sit in your car, but some people did let their children run up and down the train.
Okay, the plan is to change it to kilometres per hour. Go on then. Settings, units. And did it change it? Brucey, look at that. Fab! Right, and that's that done. And the handbrake back on. So when I'm travelling, I disconnect the power and put the handbrake back on. Thank you very much.
And bonjour! We're now in France. Keep to the right, keep to the right, keep to the right. And if you'd like to see more of our French adventures, please like, subscribe, and ring that little bell. See you next time.